All right, you want to intro yourself?
I'm Julian, also known as Crimson. I'm a Smash player in the Queensland scene.
Do you remember your first event?
Yeah, I do. I've played Super Smash Bros. For a long time, and I always wanted to do, like competitive tournaments and things like that. I grew up playing tennis tournaments, and always wished I could play with, do tournaments with video games. I entered a brawl tournament. Yeah, the pools were free for all, and it was just last person remaining. And I made it through that, and then I ended up beating somebody in a best of one. So only 4 people got to play 1v1s. Beat somebody in a best of one, and then he went and he did loser's side, which I didn't totally understand at the time, and then came back, and then he beat me in one game, and I came second. Remember, I lost literally one game the whole tournament, and I came second, and I was still very happy with that, but very confused. And it wasn't until I went to my first Smash 4 tournament that then, I understood that was just an unhinged event and was not one to compare to, like standard tournaments.
Have you had a rival during your time in Smash? Any one particular player?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say any particular rivalries. There's definitely like a lot of people that I would have gone back and forth with in terms of wins and losses. I'd say Jaws is really somebody who's always kind of been on a similar level to him, at least in Ultimate. We would always go back and forth a lot. And then he's also like my main training partner as well. Or, training partner these days is the only person I actually play with anymore. I'd say growing together with Jaws is probably the best relationship there, if I had to comment on one.
Who are some of the best friends that you've made through Smash?
So I'd say Jaws is up there, and then just all the 411 boys. So I think like even at the moment I still refer to them all as the Smash boys, but they're really, we do so many more activities, and they're just, a part of my life now, even when, they're not really competing these days. But Ben and Finn and Nick and Gus and Will, just really all the Smash, all the 4-on-1 guys for sure, and really Piss Gang as well. Also some great guys there. And then from Smash 4 days, I think definitely standouts are Papa Cheese and Sifo these days. They were definitely good guys that I would still call friends today.
You mentioned the 411. You were one of the founding members. Tell us the origin story.
So the 4-on-1 was really just like a group chat with a few people just who wanted to get better in the scene, and one of the goals really was to try and beat Jace, because he was just the dominant power at the time. It was just people who wanted to come together and share and have a bit of a community and practice together. And then I always loved the concept of squads. So I remember there was Squirtle Squad, but it was way too big, and I didn't like that, not for the exclusivity, but because it just meant if everybody's in one crew, we may as well not have a crew. And I always wanted to do crew battles and things like that, and have a bit of the rivalry and things like that going. It was only then we decided to make a crew, and really even the origin of the name was just we all like The Simpsons. What's a funny Simpsons thing? And I remember just like that is how I generally name things, where I'll just throw out 40 different ideas, 38 of which are terrible, and then they like the 4-1, so we just went with that. And I always do a lot of design and specifically with merchandise and things like that. So I loved making all of the logos and the hats and shirts and the hoodies and everything like that, and really just fostering that sense of community. It was good then finally when Ultimate rolled around that we actually had different squads, Piss Gang and BAM and things like that. We could actually run all of the crew battles and things like that. And it was really funny. We finally did a crew battle, and I've been waiting years for doing this, and then we ended up beating BAM before I actually got to play. So we had a crew battle planned, and then I ended up just still being on the bench because we won too quickly.
What does the 4-1-1 mean to you?
I think the 4-on-1's you know, essentially a family at this point. It's definitely, you know, to me it's somewhat of like a bulwark in the community, at least like at the time it was formed. It's probably not, you know, anywhere near as relevant or relevant at all at this point. But I think it was definitely a time, at least in the Queensland Smash community, where it was, you know, really calling out that we're a group of people within the Queensland community who want to grow and get better, and also, you know, have a friendship that, you know, that goes beyond just coming and competing. That we can really, you know, be a team, even if that doesn't always make sense in the context of Smash. But yeah, I think it was just yeah, really calling out that we wanted to be better, and we wanted to also like foster a better culture within the community, which I think yeah, hopefully has rolled out to many other people in the Queensland Smash community.
Do you have any general Smash memories that you wanna highlight?
Definitely my highlight, I think, would be the Queensland Arcadian in 2018 or 2019, going up against Princess, who was like the fan favorite from Victoria, and winning that 3-0 with like the 4-on-1 boys all on tricoms, which was a bit all over the place. But yeah, I would say that's probably like the standout, you know, match for me to remember.
Taking it. Second seed. Yeah! He hits it! Dude! Julian, let's go!
3-0?
Julian popping off with the 3-0. Gus has gone up for the hug.
Gus is gone.
The 4-1-1 support.
4-1-1?
Let's go.
4-1-1?
4-1-1.
Hey!
Let's go.
What do you think your legacy will be in Smash?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think the 4-on-1 is probably a big part of it, helping you know, foster that. So being part of that community, I think, is important. Yeah, and then the other side of it is just, I think, you know, I've played a lot of characters over the years, but I do think that that Mewtwo is the one that's really shone the most with me, and because he's, you know, a pretty niche character, then yeah, I feel like that's kind of been a standout of yeah, I'm, you know, known as that Mewtwo player, and yeah, so I would say that, yeah, being a strong Mewtwo player, and hopefully, you know, a nice member of the community, I think is, yeah, what I would say my legacy would be.
That's great. Thank you.
Then swap to I think that's a good choice.
Withdraw one. Oh, but this is a really good
combo.
string Chris has got going on.
Up to 76, not
Basically even.
Yeah. And they're
Let's go. Come on. Give it the juice. Give it the juice. Down. Oh, what is this? Back down. Nice. It's 74%. Is he gonna get it? Give it the juice.